Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Peteman Reviews. Today we're reviewing Starscream. This is the Generation 1 version of Starscream with the commemorative edition release. As with all the commemorative edition releases of the original Seekers, you can tell this by the extremely oversized missiles. Now, those are actually the null rays in there, not the concussion missiles, as the concussion missiles just look absurd, whereas the null rays are passable as being oversized missiles. Now, the reason they're oversized is because of the full strength springs. So if I just demonstrate this, if we find the spring in here, so that fires off pretty quickly, quite a good rate of speed, particularly when you consider the size of the missile as well. Would I rather have had safe weakened springs and the regular missiles? Yes, who wouldn't? But I guess we're stuck with it, so hey ho. Now, Starscream is all you see here, and he also has some hands as well. So these, like the little wheel here, are the things which are prone to get losing, but there are ways to store at least some of the tech. In terms of jets, obviously Starscream is the original Seeker, so the original style jet. It looks good. Jet particularly. I have to say Starscream's colour scheme, grey with a little bit of red, is perhaps a little bit dull. Certainly compared to some of the other Seekers, it's just not quite as grabbing. That's not to say it's bad, it's just a little bit boring with the grey. It might be the type of plastic being used in the release of this particular model, but it just doesn't grab me. That said, the Decepticon logos really show up well, and they do catch the light quite well as well, so that's quite effective. The actual colour itself is a little bit dull. Transformation on the G1 Seekers is pretty simple, so we'll start off with this now. So what we're going to do is just remove the weapons, make sure they don't fire off in your face as you're transforming him. We're also going to take away the little wheel here. Again, this landing gear wheel is likely to get lost normally, so it will fit very nicely into the canopy, like so. So we're just going to pop it in there, get it out of the way. Okay, so we'll start with the feet. So what you want to do here is rotate these rear fins, like so, and then the feet come out, and you're done with that. Then I'm going to half rotate the wings. This is to get the arms out. So this, the nose rotates down, rotates again like that. These then flip up here. Keep flipping them up because a little bit jammed. There we are. You get ideally to get one out. Rotate that all the way round and that all the way round. These are going to be the arms, so this is why we've got the wings out of the way so that they clear that. Head goes all the way through here, so you end up with the canopy at the front and the head at the top. And as it's a G1, a Seeker, and it's not a cone head, that goes down like that. Okay, wings going to go all the way back up like this. So now your robot's pretty much there. What you now want to do is attach the hands, remembering where the thumb goes, so where the thumb's on the top like that, that is his right hand. So obviously the one left must be his left. Like so, and then the weapons themselves, this goes into the side there. And there we have it. Generation 1 Starscream in robot mode. Now, I've reviewed Seekers on here before, so we're not going to go into detail about the lack of mobility for it. He does have arm movement, as you can see. So you can pose the arms. If you rotate the wings down, you get even more arm movement. It looks a little bit odd, but you can get more arm movement if you want to. In terms of the Transformer himself, colour scheme looks a bit better now because there's a lot more red, and that has to be said again, the metallic decals look really good on Starscream. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So we'll just compare him. So if we compare him next to the, what one would this be? I think this is the Universe model. I will check that on the next review of Starscream. They're very similar heights. Obviously, now the red on the commemorative edition is a lot richer red than the kind of almost orangey colour on this guy. Heights are nearly identical. Obviously this one sorts out the wings to make them a lot higher and everything. And notice how similar the null rays are. Otherwise, the update, the re-release, is is very, very close to the original. And that's quite cool to see. And then finally we have the revolver. So I'll just take this guy out of the way now. We then have the revolver tech Starscream. There weren't very many revolver tech Transformers full stop. This is the only one I have, and that really captures Starscream. I'll just zoom in a little bit on there. Again, notice the heights are very, very similar to it, and you can absolutely see this how this guy has his origins in here. So you look at the leg panels. So the panels on there, and the leg panels on there. You see, just trying to move him that way, you get a bit more idea. So you got the grey and the blue is identical to that. The red is very similar. Obviously, this one is far more show accurate, cartoon accurate, whatever you want to say, comic accurate version. But it's not that dissimilar. You can clearly see the little jet intakes there, and actually that follows through onto this guy as well. They all retain. Oh, I can't see it. There we are. Onto there. They all retain a very, very clear pattern of being Starscream. Very, very similar models. The heights are all very, very similar, and you know, obviously the later ones, particularly the Revolver Tech one, are considerably more accurate to what we saw in the cartoon and what we saw in the comics. But they are all obviously a progression of the same one. So you get your G1 Starscream, and he doesn't look out of place. Now you're going to pick him up anyway in your collection because it's Starscream. Does he stand out from the other Seekers? Honestly, not really. You could get one Seeker. If you are going to get one Seeker, I would probably suggest Ramjet. But that's because I personally think Ramjet is the best one, or best toy of them. However, Starscream is instantly the most recognisable. So he's the one you're probably going to get. But the transformation is identical to all of them, it's just a bit of colour scheme change. Which I suppose I see why they did in order to help save money, which they've done. Let's face it, on Prowls had multiple iterations, no change to the mould, or virtually no change to the mould. The Seekers are just another example of that, where there's no change to the mould at all, the same guy. So in that respect, Starscream's the original. Yeah, you want to get him. Is it really worth picking up the original over the commemorative edition? Well, the original does of course have the better weapons, so if you can get one with all the weapons, then yes, it is worth getting that one over the commemorative edition. But bear in mind it's going to cost a lot of money, and most ones you pick up will not have the weapons anyway, so there's nothing wrong with the commemorative edition, just don't use the concussion missiles because they look stupid. If you use the null rays, that looks far more believable, far better than the concussion missiles. So there we are, that is Generation 1 Starscream. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave any comments below, click on subscribe, and we'll see you on the next review. Thank you, goodbye.